Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
If you tell me truth between you and Carnival, I go miss you. I go miss you bad. That's right. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, babe, can you hear me? I have something to say to you, and what I want to say to you. It's not easy, but I can't hold it back no more. So I have to let you know, yes, I won't be coming back home. No, 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 no. Not coming back home. I confess that I love to roam, and I found a place where I feel at home. Out here on the road, on the road, out here on the road, on the road. If you tell me choose between you and carnival, I go miss you. I go miss you bad. Please don't make me choose between you and carnival. I go miss you. I go miss you bad. I won't be coming back home. No, 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 no. Not coming back home. I confess that I love to roam. That's right. And I found a place where I feel at home. Out here on the road. On the road. Out here on the road. On the road. And I love it, yeah. I love it here. Right, I love
Wake
it
up,
here.
rise up. It's the Net Radio Breakfast Show. Bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
I love it here. I love it, yeah. I love it here. Right, I love it here.
Well, I am just like you. I love it here.
I love it, yeah.
And if you're wondering where here is,
I love it here.
well, it is New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean.
I love it here. Right, I love it here.
This is where we take you above and beyond each and every day. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago.
Right, I love
Neighbors in the Caribbean, good day to you. Friends who are streaming all around the globe, thank you very much for making us your choice each and every day. Thank you so much.
it here. I love it here.
I'm your truly Sir Charles, and campaign. Happy am I to be here with you. I want to say much thanks to the Heavenly Father, bringing us together for another day. All that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing on to you.
I love it here.
As we kick the doors wide open to the weekend. Remember, this is your Get Up and Go. Everybody, good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Good morning, and good morning to our listeners and viewers wherever you are across planet Earth. Good morning to you, and welcome to the Breakfast Show this morning, coming to you live out of Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, we are, on YouTube, Facebook, simulcasting, as well as on Gael Caribbean in Trinidad and Tobago and up the Caribbean region. So welcome to the Breakfast Show this morning. We know you have a choice, and we're glad you chose us. Good morning to my co-hosts, Wendell and Sir Charles. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. Yes, it is Friday morning, and it appears to be a very beautiful Friday thus far. Expecting good weather today. I'm hopeful, And we're happy to be in the land of the living. I forgot to express condolences to one of our ardent fans on the Breakfast Show. He calls in and so on. He is the son of, his name is Anthony Joseph. He lost his brother. I can't remember his brother's name. He lost his brother recently.
Isn't it Gerald?
Gerald, yes, Gerald. Thanks for reminding me, Richard. They are the sons of Umbala Joseph, so he lost his brother, I know, recently. So condolences to the Joseph family, and by extension, anyone who knows that family well. They have been in business for a number of years in Trinidad and Tobago.
Is it Gerald or George? Is it Gerald?
George is the father. George is Umbala.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's Gerald. Yeah.
Yes, it's Gerald.
Yeah. Our condolences, Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah.
And anyone else who would have, of course, lost loved ones recently. Today, of course, is also, well, I'll wait till I'm doing that in the chat, but I have some birthdays today. You know what? Let me do it now before Richard does his good news. Today is the birthday of Sigler Jack, former chairman of the Diego Martin Regional Corporation. Deodat Ramcharan, aka Krishna, everybody in Port of Spain Corporation knows him as Krishna. He was the treasurer at one time. He was the treasurer at Downtown Carnival for a number of years. He was my right hand, my left hand, and every hand that goes with it. Krishna, happy birthday. He's retired now, but let me tell you something. He was the life of Port of Spain Corporation. One of the most affable gentlemen you'll ever meet in a senior position. You would never have known Krishna was senior. Every time Krishna get the opportunity, he say, when they'll come, and we walk around the corner. I can't tell you what we went into, right? Happy birthday to Dylan Douglas. He was at Digicel last time I checked. Dorinda Divine, Cheryl Ann White, Veronica Nichols, Wayne Reed, they all celebrating birthdays today. Sinclair Sinarine, he also works at the Port of Spain Corporation, originally from John Street in Cookreed. Happy birthday, Deborah Sandy, Arnold Thomas. They all celebrating birthdays today. And Vanessa B. Patsing. Remember Vanessa? From Paul 102?
Of course.
Yes, she is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Vanessa. I haven't seen her set eyes on Vanessa in a long, long time. And of course, today is also the 69th. And he said, Wendell, make sure and say the 69th because it's as sexy as you could get. He said, that's the sex symbol, 69. He is 69 today. Gregory Boyer from Bow Wow.
Today's Gregory's birthday, right? I remember you telling me that. Happy birthday, Gregory. Actually, I was by them when a couple of days ago.
I just missed you, Richard. When I came, they told me you just left.
I was old blagging with Kathleen for a little while.
Yeah. She told me you had just left.
Oh, that's what she told you?
Yeah.
I was there. We were good old talking there.
I would imagine Kathleen have something special in store for Gregory today after all, man is 69, Kathleen.
Yeah. Honestly, I think my aunt's birthday was yesterday. Is it coming up? You know, I'm terrible with birthdays. I can't remember birth dates themselves. But she was going to, I think it may have passed earlier this week. That's my aunt, Auntie Melda. Imelda Ramdeen, my dear. I think Auntie Melda is 91.
Oh.
And my father's sister, one of my father's sisters, and I think she was 91. I met one of her daughters the other day, and she lives pretty close to me, Wendell, and I have not seen Auntie Melda in. I'm always so busy and rushing here, rushing there. And she said, come and visit your aunt. I am very bad. I'm sorry. But Auntie Melda, I'm going to try.
You are bad, Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make the effort to come and visit.
Auntie Melda right round the corner. And
she's not far.
Auntie Melda.
She's not far. I can walk to Auntie Melda.
And you're saying that on national radio?
I am saying that I can walk to her.
And yes, he ain't going to look for Auntie Melda right
and she's 90. I think she just turned 91. I think her birthday just passed. So lots of love, Auntie Melda. Mwah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, anyone else celebrating birthdays over the next few days? Happy birthday in advance. All right.
Yeah.
So that's it for our some of our greetings. We have lots of greetings. Today is Friday, and I know that a lot of people have a lot to say. And I'll try to read all the messages. I'll even read the messages of Ram Narish if he sends one. I'll read it in its entirety today.
Can I get to good news though?
You can.
Okay. So I just have a couple of videos to play today. And of course, the biggest good news of all surpassing the videos I'm about to play in a kind of way, not really, but in a kind of way, is that you don't leave foul to watch corners on this weekend. So laughter is here this weekend, which is extremely good for your health. And even scientists say that laughter is that good for your health. Because stress is horrible. Stress can cause all manner of illnesses, including cancer. Stress contributes to inflammation and stuff like that. And people underestimate the power of laughter and joy, and how much health benefits, in all seriousness, laughter can bring to your life. And making you forget about your problems for a while and forget about stress for a little while, it gives your body a relief system. Well, laughter is on this weekend at Naparima Bowl in San Fernando. You all should not miss it. You don't need to watch corn. I mean, we are laughing when we were doing the play last night in rehearsal, and the rehearsals were a little late last night. And as actors, you're always adding in stuff. And it was hilarious last night. And so we're on this weekend, tomorrow at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30 at Naparima Bowl. Get your tickets at Naparima Bowl box office from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. You can get it at the bowl. Yes, people in San Fernando. We have not been to Naparima Bowl for any time this year. Last time we were in Naparima Bowl was last year, so we're looking forward to it because we love the bowl. And of course, our tickets are also available at K Squared Fashions, at C3 Center, Brentwood Mall, and of course, Friends of Marabella by the roundabout. You should not miss it. Trust me. You're going to laugh from beginning to end. You're going to laugh from beginning to end. It is that good. If you love Married and Mischievous, don't miss this one. Trust me on that. All right, let's get to our good news.
Open maps on Trinidad and wonder what is going on in this general area down here, why it's so empty, and who put a shed right here, Papa. This is an accurate Trinidad and Tobago size comparison to other countries. Flipping Trinidad in the middle of the US shows us just how small our country is and how big the US is. We barely take up a corner in Kansas. Over New York, you really feel the scale of how massive these cities and suburban sprawls are. Imagine nearly every corner of Trinidad looking like Port of Spain, but on creatine. It looks even more insane over Tokyo in Japan.
Oh my God, bro.
But in Trinidad over London shows just how small the UK really is. Still massive compared to Trinidad, but not by that much. And to think 65 countries celebrate Independence Day from Britain every year. Over Manila in the Philippines is probably the most shocking thing I can show you. In Trinidad we have a population of 1.4 million. However, in this space alone, imagine if that number was 15 million. That's how many people fit within this overlay, with a lot of it even being out of water. We could see that Trinidad is considerably larger than our neighboring islands. You could basically fit Grenada, St. Vincent, and St. Lucia snug into Trinidad. Trinidad is like a speck inside Guyana, but I'm surprised to see that it's not much bigger compared to Jamaica. Yeah, well, seriously, anybody know why they build this shit out here?
Come on here, bright calamity. New Year's morning about 12:30. Come on here, bright calamity. New Year's morning about 12:30. I lie down in my bed with my girl Millie. You know we speaking of the past year's misery. Suddenly, though she catching Malcady, she start tearing down she clothes and shouting at me and bawling Jack, 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 as if she strangling. Well, Jack, 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 I say she quarreling. Well, Jack, 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 do it's 12 o'clock, let's break the fast.
Times changer from what Carnival was 79 years ago to what it is today.
What fast Millie wanted broken at midnight with Jack?
I have no clue. I didn't know that calypso. Do you know it, Sergio?
No,
actually no. I don't. I really don't.
I don't even know if anybody in the stream knows that calypso. We can play it.
Maybe
the artist also.
Auntie Melda, no?
I don't know. That's 75 years ago. 79 years ago. What it was?
75, I think I saw.
Okay, 75. So that's our good news for today. If you know the name of that guy, so you can let us know.
The person almost had a voice like Gypsy, yeah? It almost
you
sounded
went?
like gypsy, yeah?
That's where you went. That's your takeaway.
No, well, I mean, I was trying to figure out the voice. Maybe who used to sing back then? Cypher, Roaring Lion.
Tiger, Attila the Hun.
Yeah, those were the ones way back then. But the person almost sounded like Gypsy. Morning, Gypsy. Anyway, let's greet the people in our chat, and then we could get on with today's show, because I don't know if you all following international news, but my God, Trinidad and Tobago, if nobody knew who we were, you see that first video showed good news? But if nobody knew who we were, then they know now. If nobody knew who the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago was, they know now, for sure. Trinidad and Tobago is on everyone's lips now.
Yeah.
You understand?
And not in a positive
And not
way.
in a good way. As a matter of
I
fact,
did see some of the comments. I was reading a CNN article. As a CNN article yesterday that featured Trinidad and the whole issue of kill them violently.
yes.
And oh my God, the comment section
Yeah,
from
I think I shared
Americans.
some of that with you all.
Yeah, the comment section from some Americans about Trinidad
Yes.
and about the Prime Minister. What she said. Oh my God. After a while, I was like, no, I really don't know this. Not
Yeah.
enhancing my day.
Yeah. I didn't.
And I
read it
went back
all.
to normal stuff. You know, strangely enough, I don't even read comments and stuff anymore, because it's just too many people are too
Bitter.
horrible.
Yeah. You're bitter.
In terms of anything that you read, when you go to the
Mhm.
comment section, like people take a pleasure in being nasty and horrible
Yeah.
human beings.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
not all, of course, but
Mhm.
but there are quite a few. And in that comment section, of course, some were disagreeing, and were very strongly disagreeing
Yeah.
with what Trinidad, but of course they're calling it Trinidad and Tobago's position,
Yeah.
and others were very disagreeable, but some were just disagreeable from an objective point of view.
Yeah. I mean, I could. If I could just touch on a couple of the comments.
So
It says she doesn't speak for all Trinidadians, just a political party. Trinidadians are loving people. And one person said, this is very wrong. Even if they were carrying drugs, that is not punishable by death. Suppose there were human traffic victims on the boat. Couldn't the boat be stopped and investigated? Of course, these are things that we would have said. And they said the same way Trump doesn't speak for all Americans, please note that also applies to Trinidad and Tobago as well. You know, and they say, yeah, it's all fun and games until they mistake a boat with her family or friends on it. Then she will be on the news crying about what they did. We have laws against this kind of stuff, because if it was actually a mistake and they didn't have any drugs, there is no way to take it back. These are all international comments on that same CNN article that, well, you'll have to read it. It's plenty.
there's other different international news agencies have carried it. And they even referenced J.D. Vance talking about Trinidad and its crime being more than Washington, D.C.
Yes.
They had all of those kinds of comments. So Trinidad, if I was the Minister of Foreign Affairs and CARICOM and Foreign Affairs, Sean Subas, this is the point at which you speak to try and rebalance the image of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, I think J.D. Vance went even a little further yesterday, criticizing the UN. He said the UN is not these are my words. The UN is not a real organization, a real place. Something words for that effect.
I don't know. I know Marco Rubio said something about the UN.
No, it's Marco Rubio. Rubio. My apologies. It's Marco Rubio. Rubio, who spoke about the UN.
Trinidad is making international news for the wrong reasons. But
yeah.
But you need to have a reply. You don't just accept it. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't just accept it. You try and rebalance the narrative, because it's also affects your tourism, and broadly it affects Caribbean tourism too in a kind of way.
Well, it has already. Caribbean Airlines cancelled its flights to Caracas yesterday.
But that's not affecting Caribbean tourism in the strict sense of the word.
Scheduled flights.
Yeah, but
it's gonna have a spin-off effect.
But I'm just saying, the Caribbean region, because it's a region of fun-loving and we don't really have those kinds of narratives in terms of ships being bombed and stuff like that, pirogues being bombed. I'm sure the rest of the Caribbean is concerned, which is why they make such an effort for it to be a zone of peace, because tourism depends on it being a zone of peace.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it has gone down that road, and we need to do something to rebalance the image. So Sean Sobers, you don't talk much because I don't see you talking much in the media. Since everybody is now ministers, like I don't know, all of a sudden they get locked up in a box, they don't talk anymore.
You know, yesterday I listened to a program and Louis Lee Singh calling. It's not often I agree with Louis Lee Singh, but yesterday I had to agree with him. And he is saying that people in this government need to speak up. They can't remain silent. They can't possibly see a leader, listen to a leader saying the things and doing the things and agreeing wholeheartedly. He said that was the mistake of the PNM. Everybody had done it too. They were afraid to speak up against Dr. Rowley. And look at the price they paid. He said people need to speak up now. They cannot just remain silent.
I just want to clarify. I'm not talking about Sean Super speaking up against the Prime Minister.
No, I'm
talking about I'm talking about him talking about the image of Trinidad and Tobago and how are you going to rebalance that image.
But when he speaks,
don't give me some step. Don't give me recognize that it's a problem.
But he's agreeing with whatever the Prime Minister says, you know.
Well, of course, people have to sing for their supper, Wendell, and you have that issue of collective responsibility in cabinet. I get all of that. I get all of that, but there is a way that you realize that it's a problem. And if you're not realizing it's a problem in terms of the image of Trinidad and Tobago, then, well, I can't school you on being a good minister of foreign affairs, but it can potentially affect other things.
Yeah.
If your image is, because people, remember, it's other human beings making decisions about where they spend their money, including trade and investment and stuff like that. So, have some sort of narrative to try and, paint the story in a different perspective. Otherwise, people will paint the story how they feel.
Yeah.
If they don't get a competing narrative, they're going to paint it however they feel.
Yeah.
You get ahead, let's go to the stream instead of talking. Because by the way, this day is the day for you all to talk, so we're talking less. I'll certainly be talking less. I'm not saying much. That was it. The only thing I'm going to be talking about is your don't leave fault or watch on. That's all I'm talking about today. All right.
Well, we probably try and play a clip with Aka Samaru questioning Homeland Security Minister about a comment that a Venezuelan minister made about the Prime Minister. Interesting. My God.
Are you going to the stream at any point, or should I just take off this comment?
No, I can go. I'm going now.
Okay, because it seems like anytime you go to the stream, you have something else to see. So cool down your PNM. I know PNM having a field day. Calm it down and let's get to the stream, please.
Hello, I pay the price for talking out against the PNM too. Don't get that. Subash, good day everyone from Woodland. Subash came in last night. Anthony Tinto was the first this morning, Grand Rising at 12:06. Suzanne Jessup came in just after that. Good morning, Suzanne, Suzette, and Miss Gemma. Valerie Mendoza, Margaret Thomas, Brennan Smith, Michael Mapp, and Noel. Boy Bidesi from David, Sherwin and Juliet Kerr, Marlon Motley from North Valsain, Ozzy Molino, James Kamau just did a
Marlon.
Well, he did a H after. Robert Taylor, good morning, guys. Doreen Pierre says it's Friday. Erica Charles, thank God for life, blessings and love to all from Mova. Cheryl Johnson from Malabar in Arima. Diane Payne, Joanne Cyrus, Pamela Grimshaw says blessings to the best trio on radio. You are keeping us sane from the madness. We trying to keep ourselves sane too. Carl Guevara says good morning. Norris Ferguson, Slick Money Grip. CJ from New York, have a fantastic weekend. Much love. Eunice Dublin says good morning. Happy Friday and a great weekend. Trinidad Margot, Michael Cadet, Robert Harper, Katian Charles, who promised to come and have a drink with me later. Katian, I look forward to seeing you. Have a wonderful day and great weekend. Robert Harper is wishing his beautiful wife, Simone, happy birthday, continuous blessings, sweetheart.
Happy birthday, Simone.
And Robert is using us as his proxy this morning, Simone, to tell you You're a sweetheart, and he wants to wish you continuous blessings. All right. So happy birthday, Simone. Odell Guy. Good morning, guys. Wayne Ramsey. Edwin Joseph. That's your family, not so, Richard. No, it's something Edwin is your family. All right. My bad. Donna Ramlo Chan says good morning. Pearl and Stacy and Cordis from Brazil Village. CJ said, Sir Charles, you have me dancing. Apollonius, have a blessed, wonderful day, Wendell, Richard, and Sir Charles. Shoma Paul says good morning. Lambert Bruce, Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan. Scorpion Pepper says good morning, sunshines. Chevron Shogun also says good morning. Donna Ramlo Chan, let us be civil today, saints of God. I wish. Diane Payne, my condolences to the family. Which family? Oh, the Joseph family. Good morning, all. Happy birthday to my cousin Martin Bernard and my brother Ronaldo McCarthy in New Jersey. And that's coming from David McCarthy. All right. Good morning from Chicago, still here. That's Ron DeSantis Jr. Chevron Shogun also says, good news today, Trinidad and Tobago playing football. Yes, we play against, is it Curacao? It's Curacao, right? I think we play Curacao at this national stadium today. I saw big preparations when I passed there yesterday. Trini gets fit, morning. Patrick Billy says good morning. Wendy Ann and Frank James also says good morning. Donna Ramlo Chan says, I lose my dog 20th of May. Okay, well, you're a little late for that.
I know what it is to lose a dog.
Yeah.
Dogs are members of family. Dogs are members of the family, yeah?
Of course.
You're right.
I had dogs, you know.
And cats. And fishes.
Yeah, I have fishes and turtles. I ain't so sure about cats. There are some videos, some AI videos running on social media with cats. Listen, I don't know. That person have a warped mind, you know. Whoever doing those AI videos with cats on social media. That person have a warped mind.
Just get sidelined quicker.
Easily distracted.
Rumbox today, all your St. James people, stock up by Rumbox today. Biggest fall cock show is on. Lead player Richard and the rest of his family. Suzanne, let's do it.
You finished with the greetings?
No. Joyce Philip says good morning. Alistair Hart, Helen Prescott. Let me look for new names. Rena Jennings, Mo Gaines, Anthony Atwell, Magic. Let me look for new names. Sankofa, Marcia Rock. Gregory Boyer says good morning, gentlemen. Much thanks for the birthday greetings. Dean Allen said, Richard, it's a matriarch, two-party before. Okay. Sankofa say bountiful birthday blessings to Mrs. Harper. Estelita Sampson, Kazim Mohammed, Richard Jeremiah. That's it.
All right. So good morning to Joseph Clement out there in Chaguanas and Kent in Lavantil. Good morning, the scientists. Oliver Manwarin, also in Chaguanas. Fifi in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Archbishop Ashton Clark in Canada. Captain Ron in Orlando. Joyce Phillips, good morning to you. Frank in Aruka. Zena out there in Arima. And that's it for the people who are here with us this morning. Have texted us so far. We know there's a lot more people outside there. But everybody, wherever you are, thank you very much for being here. Right. So you're going to take a short break and come back.
Charmflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services, oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charmflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair. We do it all.
Experiencing stomach pain, nausea, heartburn, bloating, or loss of appetite. These could be signs of a stomach ulcer, which can lead to cancer if untreated. Your health isn't an expense, it's an investment. Don't wait. Get a safe, non-invasive stomach skin plus blood test for only $500 at the Institute of Health and Fitness. Located at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tanapune and Marabella. Contact us at 336-4935.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box. You don't leave foul to watch God. It's in San Fernando. Queen's Hall was on fire. Now we head to San Fernando at Naparima Bowl. 2 nights only. Saturday the 6th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 7th at 6:30 p.m.
I am still laughing about the show at Queen's Hall. If there's a repeat, I will be there.
Tickets available at the Naparima Bowl box office from Tuesday, September 2nd, and now at usual outlets.
I rated 10 out of 10. I laughed for the entire show.
That was a fantastic production, man.
You don't leave foul to watch God. San Fernando, don't miss it. Of course, we are back on the breakfast show this morning, and this is the point, I suppose, at which we can start doing the newspapers. I assume Wendell is ready with the Express. Wendell, over to you.
Hold on, before I do that, just if you could put up the WhatsApp number in the chat, not in the chat, but on the screen for folks. Hillbench has asked, and just to assure people that, you know, a lot of people think I have access to sharing videos or so. I don't. My apologies. I don't have the good news. Sometimes I only know the good news when it comes up. You know, so people send me stuff and so on, and then of course Richard always have problems with things I sent him. So I can't share some of the things that people send to me because even with one this morning, Sir Charles is having problems downloading it. I don't know if my system is old or whatever, or how I'm sending this stuff can't be shared. But my apologies for people who sending me things and expecting to see it sometimes on air. All right. So there's the number up there, Hillbench, or for anybody who wants the WhatsApp number, 2811315. All right. And today, in the newspapers, of course, today's Express. Let me just get it up here for you all while I just try to correct things on air now. Drunk woman governing Trinidad. That's one of the headlines. Venezuelan minister accuses the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago as a drunk woman. And Akash Samaru questioned the Minister of Homeland Security yesterday. It was interesting, his response.
I don't find, you know, that should be on the front page of a newspaper. Is it on the front page?
It is. It's part of the, well, I don't know if the front page, but it's the first story coming up online, Express.
What the Venezuelan Minister of Justice says does not have to be repeated ad nauseum.
Agreed. But you see, it was asked, a question was asked here in Trinidad. How are we responding to it? So
And
I believe it's from that angle they took it.
Yeah, but I wasn't even sure that I liked the way it was asked.
I neither.
It was asked in a kind of way that was a little sensational, and after all it's said and done, it's denigrating the Prime Minister of the country.
It is.
We are all part of this country, so you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not so sure it should be given that kind of prominence has been given. That's just my opinion.
All right. Hawaii signals interest rate hike, and that's Larry Hawaii, new central bank governor. We ready? So says that's football. Competitive edge, Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs Philip Watts, who who was really struggling for comments yesterday when they asked him about the ambassadors, sports ambassadors. Venezuelan Justice Minister, this is just the beginning. Drug boat 65 miles away from TNT. Caribbean Airlines suspends flights to Caracas amid rising tension. Woman dies in Princeton crash, and yes, there was another fatal accident yesterday. Bandit comes to robbery with a broomstick. Those are all stories trending in today's Express Online. All right?
All right, so the Trinidad news day for today, and the trending stories, Gatsby Dolly, not just police, student support needed at schools. THA minority leader seeks update on Shiv and Stobie Connector Road project cost. PP/C announces Ghana election win for itself. Cabinet Penny congratulate Holness on Jamaica election win, and Cabinet approves acquisition of 25 mobile police units. Port of Spain prison to be decommissioned after 268 years. You know, that has been the discussion. That has been a discussion for years and years and years, and that's not a new discussion. That issue of decommissioning that Port of Spain prison.
So true.
Yep.
Cal suspends flights to Caracas, and Venezuelan media, boat bombed by US, was headed to Trinidad. That's what Venezuelan media is saying. And silent crisis in our gardens. I'm not too sure what that is about. All right, so that's it. And for Hawaii, and that's why Hawaii central bank governor says Forex measures being fleshed out. And that's it for the main stories in the news. Over to you and the Guardian, Sir Charles.
Thank you very much. So in the Guardian, Palestinian ambassador arrives in TNT. Cups in school, special unit being deployed to 50 high-risk institutions. 20-year-old Port of Spain prison to be closed. Cal suspends September flights to Caracas. Defense minister defends U.S. strike off Venezuela. And Venezuela minister blasts Kamala, denies U.S. claims it destroyed vessel with drugs. Alexander defends PM after another verbal attack by Cabello. New plan targeting terrorist groups coming. Sturge, the government story boy. Woman killed in crash on M1 road. That was the ring road, right? And PM, opposition leader, congratulates Holness on election victory. Just some of the 1,000 headlines in the Guardian. Yeah, plenty headlines.
A lot of news happened in the last 24 hours. A lot of stuff came out in the news. Of course, yesterday was the post-cabinet conference, so we would have gotten news coming out of that. And one of the news coming out of that is that the Port of Spain prison is to be closed, and the Minister of the Homeland Security announced the building of a new gallows, Richard. When I heard that, I thought immediately of Richard.
Well, it's no secret that I oppose the death penalty. And I think, it has no place being on the law books of any civilized country. I don't believe that the state should have the power to kill any of its, to execute any of its citizens. But there are lots of people who do support it.
Well, the statement was made kind of ominously.
Yeah, I'm not one that supports it. I certainly will oppose anything like that. All I know that.
Yeah.
All I know that. All I know. I don't make any bones about my position.
We know that. Good morning to Derek Billuin, Colted Finch, Rhea Sampson. Richard, what time does the show start tomorrow? She's got 8:30, not so?
8:30 on Saturday and 6:30 on Sunday.
Yeah. Morning, Nicola McNichols, Ava Smith. All right. So and Jason Samuel asks a very important question here, Richard. He said, does Richard give Wendell and Sir Charles complimentary tickets?
Yes.
Or free entrance to his shows? Richard, you want to answer that?
If they ask.
Or we should ask, should Richard? That's the poll. Should Richard? Yes, I pay for my tickets because most times I'm a spontaneous visitor to Richard shows. I don't plan it. So I go and I pay for my tickets. Sometimes I get a reserved seat for a normal price. But that's but yeah, generally I pay for my, because I understand Richard can't come by Rumbox and get free Heineken. You're mad? You have to pay for it.
I do get free Heineken. People generally ask, like, well, you know, if
are we begging for tickets?
Don't beg.
No.
Let's see, I'm coming to the show with Denise.
And with somebody.
Wendell, I assume. But but of course, Corey is part of the Jet Set group, so it's when he's in the country.
Yes. Well, he helped us a lot with Kes concerts and things. We didn't used to pay. We used to get special treatment.
We used to get entry to
yeah. So if
but like his power diminishing though.
Well, we get blank this year. So of course it's diminishing.
We can take some calls. The number is up on the screen, 2811315. Of course, today is your day. We have no guests, and so we leave it up to you to bring up whatever the hell you want to bring up on the breakfast show on this Friday morning. So feel free to talk while I sip my coffee.
Nice. So while you're sipping your coffee, I just want, before we go to the calls, to just to let people know that the funeral for Stajan, which is the explainer's daughter, she passed. I thought that funeral had gone already, actually.
Yeah.
It's today at 10 o'clock at the cathedral in Port of Spain, right? So please be advised. But I already thought that had gone already. Because that's must be more than 2 weeks we're talking about that.
Yeah, that's a while now.
Yeah. So good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for the opportunity. I want to say, good luck to the national team today. I don't know if you can still use the term soccer warriors, but I'll be down there. Nice crew. I hope that we get the start that we deserve for this final leg. Because I think this is the most favorable draw we've had in a World Cup qualifying series in a very long time. In that we don't want to tackle any Central American countries. We don't want to go Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think the furthest place you have to go is Jamaica and Bermuda. So hoping for the best. But on that, I watched that video yesterday in the good news segment with the Carnival 75 years ago, and I watched several others. I know was the question I've been asking older people who want one thing, because in the video you could see that people dance in the mass. So I want to know, when the whining and carnival starts, and all the people who are older than me who have asked that, they can't seem to give a definitive reason. Because even in some of the videos down to like the early 70s and things, there was no whining. You understand? There was no whining. One person.
You want me to tell you when? You want me to tell you when? And I'm hazarding a guess here. It's when the issue of gyms came into being. See, when people start to fix their body, that's, I think, when the whining started.
No. You know what I'm saying now? Because I think that is after songs like Sugar Boom came about and Flag Woman and things. You understand what I'm saying?
Probably with the infusion of soca music. Yeah, with that change of soca music, probably is when it came, when Rashad.
But that is what I'm saying, you know. But seeing those old videos, and I even saw some from the 1940s and so on, where people were on trucks. Some people were on trucks being driven around and so on in costume. You understand? So it's very interesting. But I just want to say about the response by the Minister of Homeland Security. Now, he wasn't a member of Parliament when this took place, but when the former Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, and his father were accused of being rapists, where were he? And that happened in Parliament under the protection of Hansard. So I thought his response was very curious, and we have the statements of other prominent persons who were in the UNC at the time speaking about the Prime Minister in derogatory ways, and they were part of the cabinet at that time and the government. So, see the hypocrisy that spreads across this place is incredulous to me. You understand what I'm saying? Very incredulous to me. When you think about the uncharitable things that were said against former President Parliament Weeks, things that are said about even this current president and so on by certain members of Parliament now, senators and MPs. I wonder if Mr. Alexander was on that rock all them times. But thank you for the opportunity, gentlemen, and have a great day and great weekend. Take care.
Well, there's nothing to add to what you just said, because you're right. And I didn't agree. We certainly didn't agree with the criticisms that the derogatory terms that they use against Dr. Rowley and his father, and the derogatory terms that they use against former President Justice Paula May Weeks, and that they're using against Christine Kangaloo Garcia, President. We never agreed with it. I don't like it when people use, and especially when they attack people's health, to talk about people. I hate it. I hate it. But you're right. You can't be silent then, and all of a sudden now you want to play pontificating on things. No, you have to be consistent, man. And one thing we have been is very consistent on this show.
But I don't know if I missed it, but did he call her? Because we always play this tit for tat game. But did he call her himself? Did he actually say if he was for or against the statement?
No, but he didn't. No,
I think he should have probably let us know if he was for, because because when we play the tit for tat game, yes, it was them and now it's we and that sort of thing. But how do you feel about that whole situation? Do you think it's
he was making the point about the hypocrisy, which is what I speak about all the time here too. I cannot stand hypocrites. Yeah,
but what I'm saying is that if you as a person would have criticized it then, because you spoke out. And are you talking out now, or are you staying silent now? So that's basically what I was asking him. But Mr. Billy is here. Mr. Billy, good morning.
Thank you very much for the breakfast show. Well, I go down to the stadium tonight, and I'm making a client call from this radio station, this frequency. Come out and support the Trinidad and Tobago. We're going as one TNT tonight. I don't know what to call the team because there's some controversy with name calling and things. And I understand to have a ability that Mr. Austin Jack Warner, one of the top footballers who took us to the World Cup in 2006, he will be going to support the Trinidad and Tobago football team. I think that is a big plus for us because his heart is the Trinidad and Tobago, and he has always been a great supporter of Trinidad and Tobago football. So I think this is the best opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago to go to the World Cup again. I think this is the best opportunity, but the 12-man must be down there tonight. We must go and support them and give the boy under the charge of Mr. Dwight York, who was a player, now the coach of the national team. It looked like his lightning got struck twice. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. And remember, do not leave out to watch corn.
I heard Shaka Hislop also say that once we get like 4 points, like we beat Curacao and we get 1 point over Jamaica, he's going to start booking his tickets. He was that confident that we'll make it once we come away with those first 4 points. He is going to start booking his tickets for World Cup. I heard Shaka Hislop say that. So let's hope for the best later, and see what happens.
It's closer than we think then.
Yeah?
It's closer than we think.
Yeah, well, I think the toughest opponents are in fact this team on Jamaica.
All right, well, let's hope they get over the hurdle. I mean, we need to get back to our World Cup. Good morning to you, Zena.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning to Richard and Wendell.
Good morning, Zena.
Right. Good morning to all those who locked on. Long time I ain't send morning to my girls' crew. Rena Bonul Jennings, Mrs. R, CJ, everybody, Miss Iko Martin. Morning to all and all those who locked on. What I wanted to say is I think that it banned Jack Warner from any football thing. He's still coming back around. I just asking. Anyhow,
attending the game.
I want to ask a question. You know, this propaganda they have out there with this Venezuela and this narco trafficking and all this thing. Is it only Venezuela drugs has come from? So I want to know why it is Venezuela that America attacking. I don't think it's Venezuela alone that drugs has come from. So I see that this is a whole charade out there. And as everybody know and saying, and a lot of Americans putting it out there in the media, that is the oil and gas that he's after. And you want to control, so you want to put who you want there. You want a regime change. So this set of trafficking and trying to make an example of that boat that they say they out in the thing, whether it's true or it's AI to put people on warning. I don't know if it's a real thing.
No, it seems to be real, you know, because
with the foolishness. Because and then for the Prime Minister putting Trinidad and Tobago in the mix. What happened to the people out there who are allies of Venezuela and with trading, with tourism, with all this, even up the islands? When you remove yourself and away from CARICOM, remember what went on, how vexed Jamaicans and they got the last time with our foodstuffs, you know. So we have to be very careful. We have an organization called CARICOM that we need to stand as one. So I'm very, very perturbed about what is going on out there. And we're not only going to be aside from what is going on, you know, we'll be directly involved when permission is given for troops to land here. We will be serious collateral damage. And the size of our summits, those big countries.
All right.
Thanks,
That is my main concern this morning. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Well, the permission to land troops here is only if Guyana is under threat. That's what we were told, not so? It had nothing to do with this standoff.
No.
Is if Venezuela attacks Guyana. That's what we were told, right?
Yeah.
But did Mr. Billy say Jack Warner is attending the game today?
Yeah, I think he said he will be attending the game.
So the ban on him was lifted, in fact, then?
Well, I don't know.
Because remember, he was banned, I think, back in 2015.
From attending any FIFA games, as a supporter.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't attend the game. Attending means attending.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a live.
Zena raised it. Zena did raise it as part of a conversation. Whether
I tipped away for Zena's contribution a bit.
Yeah, we saw it was very clear to all of the thousands and thousands of people watching.
No, I had to attend. I had to speak with my son briefly. I have children, you know. Somebody said, Richard, somebody sent me a message. They say you between you and Richard, you go get Corey in plenty trouble. You know? I say that mean Richard.
Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Morning. The award that Kamala got, I don't think she have received it as yet, which I thought Mayor Motley should have gotten. I wonder the people that vote for her to get that award, what are they saying now with all the nonsense that she put Trinidad on the map? Every foreigner know where Trinidad is now. You all have a wonderful day.
Okay, cool. That might work well for Carnival for all who didn't know.
All right, folks, our poll is up here. Do you agree with the closure of the Port of Spain prison? So said Minister of Homeland Security yesterday that they are going to be closing the prison in Port of Spain, something that has been long touted. All right, so that our poll is up. You can continue, you can keep voting, of course, during our news time. We want lots of votes today and have lots of calls after 7 o'clock, okay? All right, Richard is going to stay very silent today, he promised.
And remember to start to vote with yes or no, and then put your comments.
Charles, look at face now. Charles, look at face now. I think he's going to stay silent today.
I am. Yes, he may. I'm sipping my coffee. I have no opinions today. Besides what I said this morning, I have none. I'm just listening. Are we going straight? But the poll is up.
The Falcock have nothing to say for the rest of the day.
Nah, man, the Falcock have plenty to say. You know what? 7 o'clock news is next. We leave up the poll, but 7 o'clock news is next on The Breakfast Show.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. Central Bank Governor Larry Hawaii says steps are being explored to ease Trinidad and Tobago's foreign exchange shortages. Speaking at a media briefing this week, Hawaii said the bank is considering measures to influence Forex consumption along with possible legislative changes, but gave no timeline as discussions are still underway. He stressed the situation is not a crisis, adding that the country is better off than many others facing Forex pressures. Hawaii also revealed plans to expand the use of digital payment apps like Zelle, Cash App, and Apple Pay. He said this remains a priority, but will require updated laws to protect against fraud. Caribbean Airlines has announced the temporary suspension of all flights between Trinidad and Caracas, Venezuela, for the month of September. The affected services include flights BW300 and BW301 on September 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. Passengers impacted by the suspension may rebook without change fees or request refunds through Caribbean Airlines call centers, ticket offices, or travel agents. The airline said all updates will be provided via its website and social media platforms. The decision comes against the backdrop of heightened tensions between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela, following a U.S. military strike on September 1st in the southern Caribbean. The strike destroyed a vessel en route from Sucre State to Trinidad, reportedly killing 11 people. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has publicly supported the action, which was described as part of ongoing regional anti-narcotics operations. The 11 men killed in this week's U.S. military strike on an alleged Venezuelan drug vessel have now been identified as residents of San Juan de Unare, a small fishing town in Sucre State, just 65 miles from Trinidad's northern coast. The White House confirmed the strike on Tuesday, ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump, which left the vessel engulfed in flames. Washington later identified the dead as members of the Tren de Aragua gang, a group it has designated a terrorist organization. Families in San Juan de Unare are grieving, with social media flooded by tributes, while Venezuelan outlet El Pitazo reported most of the men were local fishermen. Relatives deny claims that footage of the attack was AI-generated. Meanwhile, fisherfolk in Trinidad and Tobago say they remain on edge. Some fear being mistaken for traffickers in the tense waters. While civil society groups have condemned Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar's support for the strike, after she said traffickers should be killed violently. The U.S. strike comes amid a military buildup in the Caribbean, with at least 8 warships and a submarine now deployed. Trump says the action was necessary to send a clear message to drug cartels. The Port of Spain prison will be decommissioned with inmates transferred to the maximum security prison in Aruca. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander made the announcement following Thursday's post-cabinet briefing. Built in 1757, the facility has been condemned by the courts as unfit for housing inmates, costing the state millions in damages for breaches of prisoners' constitutional rights. Alexander described it as both an eyesore and a national embarrassment. He said government will instead invest in a modern, state-of-the-art prison focused on rehabilitation. The phased relocation to the MSP will eliminate the need to pay prisoners for being held in substandard conditions. The minister noted the move has the support of the Port of Spain business community, calling it long overdue. In regional news, Jamaica Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his Jamaica Labour Party have secured an historic third straight term in office. In Thursday's general election, the JLP won 34 seats, while the opposition People's National Party and its leader Mark Golding claimed 29. Holness, who easily retained his St. Andrew West Central seat, called the result a win for Jamaica, pledging to cut income tax, double the minimum wage, and continue reducing violent crime. He also praised the largely peaceful vote, saying it showed the maturity of Jamaica's democracy. Golding conceded defeat, congratulating the JLP while urging Jamaicans to cherish democracy, even in disappointment. Voter turnout was just under 39%, slightly higher than the record low in 2020. Finally, in international news, Portuguese officials are investigating the deadly derailment of Lisbon's famous Elevador de Gloria streetcar, which killed 16 people and injured 21, 5 seriously. The funicular, popular with tourists, came off the rails during Wednesday's evening rush hour and slammed into a building on one of the capital's steep hills. Emergency crews pulled victims from the wreckage in just over 2 hours. Among the injured are nationals from Germany, Spain, France, Italy, Switzerland, Canada, Morocco, South Korea, and Cape Verde, along with several Portuguese. The brakeman, André Marques, was confirmed dead. Authorities have launched multiple investigations, while Lisbon's mayor is also requesting an independent review. Operations of other funiculars have been suspended for inspections. Portugal observed a national day of mourning Thursday, with flags at half-staff across Europe. Prime Minister Luis Montenegro called it one of the country's worst tragedies in recent history. And that's news at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the purpose to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into Net Radio Breakfast Show, fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Babadamoy, Babadamoy, Lord. See my ex with a new man, feel like she new burn. We inside a session, party kicking up hard. She put up, she 2-1. Winding back on the man. They think I gave a damn. You're mad. The day you leave me, the day you leave, I started to see my way. When you hurt me, I went away. What I thought was a tragedy was a blessing. The day you up and leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. When you leave us a blessing, a blessing. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go, like I never happy before. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go, and I don't want you no more. Walk out the gate, all of the good you create. Like I start to elevate. Walk out the gate, and no debate. Life gets straight and great like you was the way. So glad I procrastinate. Look on my right hand, amputate. I remember the date, not cause I hate. Guess I stated, not lot to state. The day you leave me, the day you leave, I started to see my way. When you hurt me, I went away. What I thought was a tragedy was a blessing. The day you up and leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. When you leave us a blessing. A blessing. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go, like I never
course, we are glad to be here with you on this Friday morning. Yes, it is the breakfast show. And you're locked on to New Era TT Radio. And of course, we are also on Gael Caribbean. So good morning to the Gael family. Yeah, remember all you Gael people, feel free to call in, right? Share your views, share your comments. We are here with you. And of course, stay with us here on New Era TT Radio. Remember, we stream all day, every day at newerattradio.com. New Era TT Radio on TuneIn, so you'll be able to get us on your Alexa and Google devices. And all throughout the weekend, we have great music, great programming until the guys get back inside on Monday, okay? And speaking of getting back on the inside, so let's finish pay those bills, and we will be back shortly.
Flair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Flair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Devante tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Flair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Flair. We do it all.
Experiencing stomach pain, nausea, heartburn, bloating, or loss of appetite. These could be signs of a stomach ulcer, which can lead to cancer if untreated. Your health isn't an expense, it's an investment. Don't wait. Get a safe, non-invasive stomach scan plus blood test for only $500 at the Institute of Health and Fitness. Located at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tanapune and Marabella. Contact us at 336-4935.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box. Your don't leave foul, watch God is in San Fernando. Queen's Hall was on fire. Now we head to San Fernando at Naparima Bowl. 2 nights only. Saturday the 6th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 7th at 6:30 p.m.
I am still laughing about the show at Queen's Hall. If there's a repeat, I will be there.
Tickets available at the Naparima Bowl box office from Tuesday, September 2nd, and now at usual outlets.
I rate it 10 out of 10. I'd laugh for the entire show.
That was a fantastic production, man.
You don't leave foul to watch God. San Fernando, don't miss it. Of course, we're back, and maybe people didn't realize we would be back. I don't know.
I actually I was actually watching to see what's going on television, actually. You know? Yeah. We are live on Gael.
We're functioning today.
Huh?
We are functioning today.
Yeah, we are functioning today. So I was just double checking, you know. All right, so our poll is up. Well, that's if Richard could put it back up. We're still taking your votes, and of course, we are taking your calls all the way up to 8 o'clock today. Look at that. Wow. Where are those votes? All right, so whenever Richard is ready, I will start from Jason Samuel. He was the first person to vote. Yes, he was.
Yeah. Remember when they say you want 20 votes? It's all your vote.
Yeah, yeah. Keep voting. Keep voting. 281.
Something today.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get back to the 70s that we used to have at one time. That we did have at one time. All right. So our poll is: do you agree with the closure of the Port of Spain prison? That's our poll this morning. It's been long touted. It was announced yesterday by the Minister of Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, that the Port of Spain prison would be closed. He made some other announcements, of course. And of course, he spoke about the building of a gallows. Wow, ominous. Jason Samuel said yes. Valerie, that's not a vote. Patrick, that's not a vote. Eunice Dublin, yes. Diane Payne, yes. Gregory Boyer, the birthday boy, yes. Donna Ramlo Chan, yes. DL, yes. CJ from New York, yes. Slick Money Grip, yes. Derek Bulluin, yes. Fully agree. Ava Smith, yes. Ron DeSantis did not vote. Kenman Henry, yes. Carol Guevara, yes. Helen Prescott, yes. Brennan Smith, yes. David McCarthy, yes. Kazim Mohammed, yes. Susan Jessup, yes. Mo Gaines, hell yes. Edwin Joseph, yes. Michael Cadet, yes. Beauty Culture, yes. Joanne Cyrus, yes. Melchizedek, yes. Diana Hamill, yes. What international award, Mr. Billy? I don't know. We don't know about that. Tell us. Colton Finch, yes. And Patrick Billy finally votes. He says he supports the removal of the national prison. Joyce Phillip. Okay. Joyce Phillip says yes. Sankofa says yes. Michael Robinson says yes. Michael Oliver, it's about time. Yes. Wayne Joseph. Okay. Joseph Clement didn't vote. Kenny in Harlem says no to the poll. Magic says yes. Wayne Joseph, no. Lester Cragwell, yes. Wendy and James didn't vote. Terrence Roach, yes. Scorpion Pepper, yes. Julia Batiste, yes. Kelcher Cambridge, yes. Debbie Mitchell, yes. Kenny in Harlem says I'm changing my vote to yes. So he voted no. That no you got earlier, Richard. Change it to yes. Ron DeSantis Jr., yes. Estelita Sampson, yes. Finbar Collins, yes. Miguel Collins, yes. Andre, yes. And Wendell the Gallows will simply be moved from the Port of Spain prison to MSP. Is that what he meant? I'm not sure. Truth Set You, he says he's building a new gallows. Truth Set You Free says no. So Charles, you have any? Ann Noel also says yes.
Yeah. So let's see if we can move very quickly here. So, Miss Sampson didn't vote. Zena did not vote. Captain Ron
voted here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So Captain Ron says yes. Joseph Clement, yes. Debbie, I have to go into Debbie vote. No, Debbie did not vote. 1 minute there, Wendell. Sorry about that.
That's okay, man.
All right. Okay, going on again. Chris says yes. Ingrid in Arizona says yes. Junior says yes. Pauline, yes. Sexy Reds, yes. And that's what I have so far.
And I just have one more yes, Richard, from Dave Gosine. So we'll end there at 7:20 and give people a chance to call in today.
Yes. So all the people who've been calling, it's your turn to talk. So hold on, we're coming to you all.
So our poll this morning, do you agree with the closure of the Port of Spain prison? We had 55 people voting on the poll this morning. Of the 55 people, 52 of you said yes, and 3 people said no. So 52 people said yes, 3 people said no, That's the results. So do you agree with the closure of the port of Spain? The vast majority of you who chose to vote, and those are the only votes we can check, who chose to vote. 52 of you said yes, 3 of you said no. So the yeses have it for the poll this morning. And you know what that means? The poll is at an end.
And you know what that proves? I keep telling people, certain people who take the view that people are always political, that shows you that people can be objective. You understand? Because they could easily say, oh, Alexander come up with the idea. No. You understand? But look at that. The majority of people voted yes this morning. That is a compliment to the program and to the people who are participating in this show. Well done. Because I think we're all on the same page with that. It's long overdue. Right? And if it is that Mr. Alexander announces it and this government achieves it, then they will get our full support. All right? You know, I was wondering though, before you take the first call, is it that people expecting Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela to just be sitting there waiting on the imminent invasion of his country? They really feel he's just sitting there waiting? Okay, think again. Let's just hope that this thing really ends peacefully, yeah? Because it's not going to be nice. And if Nicolas Maduro had to attack American interests anywhere, guess where the closest interests are? Huh? Anyway, let's take some calls. 281-1315.
I thought it was your show. I didn't know it was for the people to talk today. So I say, okay, it's the Wendell Stevens show today.
You don't.
I was not going to type up the caption.
You don't run. What just cock the mind power? What does you don't mind?
Don't get confused with the full cock, you know.
What's your play name again?
We're taking your calls. 281-1315.
You don't leave foul to watch corn.
You don't leave foul to watch corn.
Yeah. All right.
Where's
so
the cock coming then?
Suzanne brought the cock. Suzanne brought
no, in the ad, it's King Cock that rules the chicken coop.
Oh, I was wondering why the cock come in this thing.
Yeah. But the way this is that Susan one day pronounced in talking about the show, talking about the full cock.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's where I got it from. All right, so let's go to the lines. Mr. Grant, good morning.
Oh God, amen. Boy, oh, I'm waiting like how long I wait to my wife.
Well, we don't know how long you wait.
Let's talk about pretty big fight. Yeah?
Mr. Grant, you call a lot of times you are calling my phone instead of this phone.
No, but when I called him the other day because I get up for lecture was on Tuesday.
But you calling me while it's on air talking.
No. I didn't understand because all the TV was working.
Oh, you mean okay? You were calling to complain about that.
Right.
Yeah, it was working for the also in my other advertise already on from Tuesday.
Right.
And I early morning. Yeah. And I switch on and see Tuesday gone, Wednesday gone, and all kind of things. Yeah. Anyhow, that was what I think. The people and them, they know who the people are where they kill. Is it innocent people or what? But I see our Prime Minister, she has been doing things for years now. It's a novel. I've been following her career since the time with Dr. Rowley when he picked up with Shama when Gillian Lucky. She wanted Gillian Lucky to lie and Gillian Lucky drop out the party. We forgetting the history now. She have a long history.
Mr. Grant, you want to be a little responsible with your statements, eh?
Was she the leader though?
With the pick-up business. It's Shama. And then she say coffee and all kind of things. So that time and then she come back with Eric Williams and dance some dance cook again. She's been in that all this time. And they said she's just nice and characteristic. I know she am a person. She moved the boat from man and bring. Right? and saying that the fight is on the land. Nobody, I ain't them on all the TV because I am in history. They on the TV bulletin, but the government didn't put, the past government put nothing to take care of the borders. But she sell the vote. Gary, they put on them, they say they are not gun. They could have put on the gun on them. A lot of us forgetting that, you know. So when we get ready, we pay now. It's what she saw. Anyhow, have a good weekend, brother. I ain't know the body feeling, but I went and do my results yesterday. I got my blood test and everything for school.
Very good. Yeah. See about your health, Mr. Grant. That's very important.
Yeah. You can't reach 80 and be stressing over these people and how they run in our country. Now, it ain't worth it now. Right? Take it easy, Mr. Grant. Take it easy.
Good morning to you, caller.
A blessed good morning, Sir Charles, Wendell, and Richard. The weekend has begun, Mr. Richard.
Absolutely.
Sir Charles, well, you know, Happy Sunday is your thing. 2 p.m. I know with you, Wendell, who unboxes this. Make sure people go and get all your stocks. But what I call about is, I will keep saying over and over, our borders are open. We don't even have proper security. If anything should come, we like sitting ducks. While the ministers and them have their passport, they fly out easy because they had a house either in India or in the US.
India?
I'm saying this set of violence that she carry on, kill. I just don't know what it is this, what it is about this whole, all of a sudden, this killing rage. And it's spreading to more than just with that. Watch how the road at them is. People getting killed every day. It's a whole combination of stuff. But she had to take it down a notch because you have to remember we have young people out here who also are in gangs. What message are you sending to them? I mean, yes, kill, but that is not a message. And I like how Richard is, they say it as this, he and all against that. Yes, US is there. They come in to do whatever they have to do and stop from there, but you go off on chatter with kill. You seven let CARICOM get involved in it to say, well, all right, CARICOM X, Y, Z, but at the end of the day, the out in the waters, any number could play. I don't know, Trinidad and Tobago. We just have to say our prayers and that's hopefully best, yes. But gentlemen, great program as usual. You'll have a blessed weekend.
All right, take care. Where's that?
I hear Richard, you going on?
No, you either. Keeping his promise.
I wasn't saying much. I'm leaving it up to the people to talk.
Yes, he's keeping his promise.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Hello, good morning, caller.
So, Charles, I just going back to engage on the question last on the contribution before the news.
Yes.
And I don't agree with it. That is why, even though I'm a political animal, I will not get into active politics because I'm saying that for me, there should be some principles about attacking people, relatives, and so on, and people's personal foibles and weaknesses, except, of course, if they introduce it. And I mean, like, if you're on the hustings, like when Mrs. Posadi said one time back when he was on the hustings and she said that the only pipe she know about is her husband's pipe, well, then you could be attacked for that, if you understand what I'm saying. But if you have a personal weakness or a personal proclivity, I don't think that should become part of the lexicon. And I'm saying, you know, I was watching the video on YouTube last night about when Dr. Eric Williams died. And even his fiercest political opponents at the time, people like Lloyd Best and Bazio Pandey, they were complimentary to him and the role that he played. And perhaps somebody should send Dr. Megu to check out that. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying that we have to take the politics to a higher plane. I might be opposed to you politically and philosophically, but as a human being, it takes nothing away from me to be decent here. And what we've had in the last 15 years is not that. So the people feel free to say all kind of things about members of their family and so on. I mean, attack me personally as a political opponent in the parliament or even on the hosting, but leave my family outside. So I could say unreservedly, I could call out the hypocrisy, and I am against that. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I told you address that. The other thing I wanted to speak about briefly is when we know what the governor of the central bank said, did he say anything dissimilar to what Mr. Imwood was saying as Minister of Finance in the past and Dr. Hillier with respect to Forex? Because all before we were told that there is a cartel and the cartel is controlling, and Mr. Hawaii didn't say that yesterday. He said the exact same thing that Dr. Hillier was fired for. So should he be fired next week, Monday, for saying what he said, for speaking the truth? And these are some of the things that people, are loath to say and dishonest about. For example, the rating that was given to us by Standard and Poor's and even the World Bank and the IMF is that we had a positive economic outlook ahead. And we were expecting growth of 2%. Our credit rating was BBB+. All those were things that were said about us, right? We had import cover for about 9 months. Did he say anything different to that yesterday? Right? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that these are things.
Well, he did mention stuff like Cash App and Zelle and all of those sorts of things, which is a little bit more forward thinking, I guess, in terms of those financial platforms.
And what I'm saying, remember when the previous government spoke about a cashless society and so on, we understand what that means because, gentlemen, you travel, there are a lot of financial things you could do or you have to do with your phone when you go further afield from Trinidad and Tobago. And that is because it is easier for the merchant and it's safer for you in terms of having cash on your person and things.
Mm-hmm.
So, you understand what I'm saying? And all these are things that you're hearing now that we want to do on the different platforms. And all this was being done under the former Ministry of Digitization, headed by former...
Oh God, no, don't go down there, you know. Don't go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Do not go down that rabbit hole, sir.
Yes.
But the Ministry of Digitization under Mr. Bacchus was a slow-moving turtle as far as I'm concerned. And we had spoken to him once, and they always said, yes, everything is in the background. Everything is in the background.
That is because certain provisions of what had to be implemented, you needed a special majority. And I say that I will say it again, this government now has that required special majority to do things without hindrance from an opposition. Let's see if they will.
Many of the things with regard to digitization, you did not need a special majority for.
Yeah, Mr. Bacchus
was moving too slowly.
Yeah, Mr. Bacchus, with due respect, because we were one of the first to interview him, flattered to deceive at the end of the day. Honestly,
they moved too slowly.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
nice guy, good idea.
Minister Tanku and Larry Hawaii will move at a brisker pace.
Yeah. Well, that ministry that Minister Bacchus was in charge of is now Ministry of Public Admin and AI, which is Dominic Smith, and I've been trying to get him on the show.
It'll be good to get a conversation with him because many of the things, there are countries in the Caribbean that are ahead of us in terms of stuff. The simple thing of filling out a stupid form to come back into Trinidad or for visitors to come into Trinidad, that the same said PNM government that was there for a decade said about 6 years ago that they was doing away with. They couldn't even do it away with at the point that they exited in April.
Hello, the machines were still at the airport.
Exactly. So give me a break. Sometimes the PNM was a slope. You see all the turtles in Wendell Yard? If they went a race, they would finish the race and the PNM turtle would still run in the race right now. I brought that up with Dr. Rowley.
Yes.
I brought that up with Dr. Rowley when we had breakfast in that tea room. And I said, you all move too slowly.
Yes. And he admitted it. But you see, Dr. Rowley was not a micromanager. And to me, that's probably where he failed sometimes. The fact that he didn't call people and cuss the tail off of them, he leave them because Minister Bacchus, a whole ministry was created around digitization. Not so? It was a novel move by the then PNM government. And
anytime you spoke to Minister Bacchus, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. All
right, we have a call there. Caller, good morning to you.
Yes. Good morning, Sir Charles.
Good morning,
Good
Davide.
morning, Wendell. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Miss Mendoza.
Yes.
Morning.
Mr. Bacchus came from the telecommunication berries, so he should have been accurate with everything digital, So, but here it is, right? The caller last year, Mr. Larry Hawaii. I was so happy to see that on the news last night, and everything. I ain't talking about the digital part of it, the cashless part. Everything that the last governor said, he said that he's not going to reveal any names of any company or person who gets Forex, and there's no Forex cartel operating in central bank. So those two things that the Prime Minister said, that those things were booted out. So I think he should be getting his marching papers next week.
No.
Because he said the same thing as Dr. Hiller said, and Dr. Hiller got sent away, right? So that's that.
But Dr. Hiller ain't get fired for that.
That's not why he fired Dr. Hiller,
Dr. Hillier said he's not going to reveal anybody's names because they are confidential.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
both you and I know that's not why he was fired.
Right. That is one of the things he got fired for, one of them. So he got fired for a few things that they didn't want, and Mr. Hawaii said the same things. And the other thing, this week here, I had brought up where the Commissioner of Police congratulated the U.S. and so on for shooting the fishing boat out of the water with the 11 persons and the thousands of drugs. Now, I heard him say on the news last night, something I didn't understand. Apparently some people are saying that he's condoning extrajudicial killings and so on. But he was saying that he never condoned these things, and there was only 12 seconds of the video on the little boat, and he couldn't make a determination from that. But didn't you all hear him say that he is happy what the US did to that boat, bringing in the drugs, so we will not be getting that in our country? So he cannot change in his tune now. So
maybe because we were very critical of him yesterday, and saying not only one, stay in your lane, and two, read the room and understand that you're the leader of a law enforcement agency, and there's a responsibility for how you say what you say.
Exactly. So you want to backtrack now and say only 12 seconds of the video. Well, okay, if there were only 12 seconds of the video, why did you comment and say those things? Just keep your mouth shut. That is not your boat, and it's not your people, your countrymen. So keep out of that. And my other point, yes, I was watching the news after the news briefing with the government ministers. And Mr. Sturge was very condescending towards one of the reporters from the news when he was asking him questions. He asked about 3-4 questions in one go, and then out of the three of them he debunked, and then one of them he was very condescending. And he tried to teach people when to say has and have. Imagine that. It was shocked because he had somebody sitting down next to him who'd always use the thing in the wrong context, and just before he said that same strong person, he said they looks. But he has somebody next to him trying to correct those reporters about the use of grammar. Imagine that, So you see,
charity begins at home. I understand what you're talking about.
But the thing is that they cannot be Mr. Sturge. He didn't want to answer the questions anyhow. I find he was watching as if, okay, what are they asking me that for? You understand? So I find he was being very condescending towards all of the reporters who are asking questions. And they were asking relevant questions because we outside here want to know as well. So that's why they are there. Ask the questions. So that is so much I could say for this morning. Have a good day, y'all, and a good weekend.
Yeah. So I am hoping that Commissioner Guevara can do the job and do the job well. But to me, he misspoke with regard to that issue. Because you are leading an organization for which there's already some sort of criticism with regard to police killings, you need to be careful about what you're saying. And just accept that and say, okay, You could simply say that. I think I misspoke. I shouldn't have, gone down that road. And my apologies. It's so seldom we get leaders in this country saying things like that. But I mean, if he's backtracking, fine. I have no issue with that. But understand the responsibility as commissioner. You are not a politician, so you have less leeway to say certain things.
Yeah,
politicians can get away because they got their voters will stand by them, give them a lot of leeway in terms of what they say. But you have a responsibility and a post that for which the 1.4 million people want you to succeed, because it means a safer Trinidad and Tobago. So we want you to succeed. So concentrate on that. Yeah, but with regard to that whole Forex situation, I think that Larry Hawaii is correct in being a responsible central bank governor and keeping to those principles and the fiduciary duty he owes to that institution. But he understands it because he's a former banker. He understands it. But I was pleasantly surprised to hear him mention the forward thinking of those kinds of cashless apps like Zelle and Cash App and stuff like that, and Apple Pay and Google Pay and stuff like that, which is long overdue in terms of making payments easier. Yeah. And I wish and I certainly hope that they move faster than the previous administration.
Yeah. Have you been hearing that beep, 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 beep? Hello? Good morning, caller. Caller, good morning. Caller? Caller, wait so long. Oh, my word. Caller, good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, so where you from?
Caller, good morning.
Must be over here. I'm sorry.
Virginia.
Good morning, gentlemen. Norfolk, Virginia. Front and center. Hey, I just want to say I voted yes for closing of the prison, which is basically the same for everybody else, what everybody else said. However, what to do with it after is the question. I have a suggestion. I suggest that they make it into a museum. And just think of it, guys. You see Alcatraz, and they've made some prisons museums and stuff. So we can make it into a museum, and then we can, everybody would be curious to know where the cells were of not only certain criminals, but even, politicians and stuff like that. What do you guys think about that? Hey, who stayed in this cell? Cell number 3 in cell block 6 or whatever. So
with that idea. Yeah, that is some of the most valuable estate in the city of Port of Spain. Yeah. It must have some businessmen or conglomerates going, yummy.
Exactly. Because that is solid concrete you see in there.
Yeah, that is in the middle of Port of Spain. That's some real valuable estate. If that prison was to move.
So no museum.
The state, but we have a museum that they're repairing now for I don't know how long, Wendell?
Long.
Long. Yeah.
That's a good. Virginia, I like your idea. I really like your idea. Will it happen? Only time will tell. Captain Ron, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Captain.
First of all, I love the question that Zena had asked earlier on, and that's $1 million question. Is Venezuela the only place that brings drugs to the United States? And it's not the number one. Actually, the number one, if you go online and check it, and I spoke to somebody from Customs, a border control from my side here. And he told me Mexico will always be the number one culprit of bringing in drugs into the United States. So, as Zena well put it, we all know that, a blind person can see it. The true motives of Donald Trump is to get the people's oil, put in their puppet ruler, and take over all the resources. Simple as that. But another question, a friend called me from the West Coast and asked me a question yesterday. Why is Trinidad and Tobago so involved in this thing between between Venezuela and the United States? What is the motive with Kamala and why are they so keen to get Trinidad involved in this nonsense? If somebody could answer that question for me, please, because people are asking me out here. I'm wondering
if you operate on Dr. Job's. I remember I used to have conversations with Dr. Job about issues like this, and he always said it comes down to countries' interest. So let's go down that road. That Kamala Persad-Bissessar and this current government is seeing the alignment of the U.S. or alignment with the United States on this issue as somehow aligning with Trinidad and Tobago's interest, because countries don't operate on a moral compass. Dr. Job always used to tell me that. It's not a moral compass countries operate on, Richard. They operate on what's in their interest as a country. And if we were to go down that argument, is it that the current administration sees aligning with the US somehow solving the issue of the Dragon gas fields, solving the issue of the cross-monetization of gas and oil that we have borders with Venezuela, and making that easier and a more long-term solution by aligning with the US? I don't know if that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Well, let's wait and see. You guys have a good.
There has to be some interest involved, unless, of course, you're just aligning for no reason whatsoever. But then that would be kind of ridiculous. So even though I don't agree with those kinds of statements, and I think it has compromised Trinidad and Tobago's long historical legacy of being a non-aligned state, and it now has compromised that and has painted us in a negative light in terms of some of what is being said, in terms of the words being said. We just have to see how it all plays out, because we have no control over it. As average citizens, we don't. We could comment on it, but we have no control over it.
Yeah. All right, Virginia, you're back.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. The big guys are listening on me or something. Hey, I wanted to find out, Richard, I'm familiar with most of the other cast members in your current play and stuff, but who is the young lady in the wedding dress I see there? I'm not familiar with her.
That's Calypso. She was in the last play, actually. She was in Married and Mischievous. Yeah, she was in Married and Mischievous. Yeah, Calypso.
Oh, that same lady in the white wedding dress?
Yeah, she was in Married and Mischievous. Carla Neal is the name. She's actually an actress from San Fernando. Two of our cast members are actually from San Fernando.
Oh, right. Okay. I was just a bit curious. That was my second question I had here. So anyway, and hey, you guys still working on during your live performances to also cater for virtual audiences like the international audiences? You told me you had
working on that, but that is a nightmare. That I'm not really hands-on with it, but there's a lot of logistics to work out. Because even if you're live streaming, for example, if the live stream breaks, how do you refund people? And all of those little things.
He moving like the turtles in my yard when it comes to that kind of technology. I
was just thinking the same thing.
I am not dealing with it. But there's a lot of logistics. You have to work out if a stream breaks and people say I want a refund, how is that accomplished? Things like that. Because technically, if you're live streaming, anything could go wrong.
You're right, exactly. You're absolutely right. People will do especially, when I see some of the breakdowns and stuff, technically. The risk of that, you're quite right. All right, guys, have a great weekend, okay?
All right,
take care. Cheers.
RS Turtle Production.
I was just thinking the same thing there.
Like that funny, Sir Charles.
I think that was a good ball that Wendell bowled this morning.
Ron DeSantis, open it up.
We have to be responsible because people's money are played with.
Stream break at the end.
No, and you can have people streaming from Ukraine, anywhere in the world, and they want back their money, and you are like, no, this should be, that's your problem. No, that's not responsible.
Well, true. But I mean, the chances of that happening kind of really slimming down now, eh?
Yeah, and that's why he wasn't on Gael for the first 2 days. It was,
God. Don't
that
start
happened,
me.
right?
Don't start me there. I don't felt enough book for that one.
Miss Sampson, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
You all ever see the war equipment that Trinidad has?
The what?
The war equipment, like the tanks and missiles and all of
Yeah,
that.
we see them Independence Day.
Well, listen, one day I look out the back door in Venezuela and I saw the war equipment that Venezuelans have. Trinidad didn't even have a clue of that. And I think they're very close to what America have.
Well, if you can see it, they're very close.
Nobody's really close, but
hands on the ground.
Miss
No,
Sampson.
she used to live there.
Huh?
And you used to live there?
Yes,
and didn't you live in Venezuela?
No, if I get my grandchildren is Venezuelans.
That's what I said. So I know you have a connection to Venezuela.
Right outside her
So
back door.
No, wait, the same back door that the bats used to fly in, that's where you see Venezuela equipment?
No. That is when I was living in Venezuela. When I was there. I look out the back door through the water and
Wait, so it's like when you open back door, it's south.
When you are there, you look up, you can't even see. That is a military country. You know, Trinidad can't go to war with Venezuela, and I feel they're very close to America.
Well, I don't think
Venezuelans also, I think Venezuelans also have conscription. At age 18, I think you have to go into the army for a year or something like that.
Yeah, Venezuela.
They have something like that. Not so people in the stream who know. People in the stream who know. I think they have something like that, you know. When you reach a certain age, you're supposed to go in.
Service.
You have to go into military service for like a year or something like that. I think they have something like that. Anybody in the stream who knows, let us know, please. But I think they do have something like that. Or maybe
you should know. She was her grandchildren there.
I think when you reach, I think it's age 18, you have to go in for a year or something like that in military training. I think so, but maybe I'm wrong, but I think so.
Somebody will call us and give us the information. Call us.
Like Israelis. I think Israelis have to do something like that too. Yeah.
Good morning, caller.
South Koreans too.
Morning, consistent. Go ahead.
Yeah, very interesting discussions this morning. A lot of it demonstrates a sort of restlessness in the population about the direction of the government, particularly with this foreign policy issue. But you know, when I look at the whole history of Venezuela and the US and basically the stance of the powers in the world now, I tend to see a bigger policy than all what we are speaking about, you know, in the sense that Venezuela really has the largest oil reserves on the planet. And I don't think that the US would allow Venezuela to develop and export or do anything with that without their involvement. Well, that has been the history generally. So they want to continue that, and even maybe in a more forceful way, particularly with Trump. So I more or less see a deeper long-term policy that will ensure that that occurs. And it might be stronger in the Republicans, but it is also there in the Democrats. So we have to be very careful how we try to get our piece of the pie as the US determines how this thing goes forward, you know. And that's really
assuming that the US gets to determine it.
Yeah. Hello?
Because China and Russia are not going to just stand idly by.
You know what? Everybody is watching the corner, so that you find that Ukraine is a corner for the Soviet Union, Taiwan and Australia, not from a military standpoint, but from an economic standpoint, because Australia and China real intertwined. Australia will end up being a kind of military with one foot in the West and one in China, because economically that is how they develop it. But it's we are small dot in this issue here, and we need to be careful and not jeopardize our position. The only thing I see positive coming out of this is that Exxon is involved and all these companies, and they are US companies, they have their interests there. And they, because of the stance of the government now, our government, favorable with the Trump administration, so they should be able to ensure that those aspects of the deal stay intact. But then you have Mr. Maduro on this other side, and therefore that will nullify any benefits that the government get from a more favorable relationship with the US, because Maduro has to still talk to him. So that everything will be delayed, and probably until you have a government in Venezuela that is friendly with the US government. Democrat or
yeah, and that's why I made the point. Maduro is not just sitting down waiting, for what people might consider the inevitable. He is going to do something, and if he's not doing something already, he's not stupid. The man has been in charge there for so long, despite all what they say about him. You really think he can just roll over?
Hardly likely. Yeah, I mean, there has to be something that he will be working on. What it is, nobody knows, but as I said, only time will tell. Zena, good morning.
Morning again. I just want to stray from the topic a bit. I'm speaking to Richard now. Richard, you saw what I sent you because of your raging rampant discourse the other day about the EBC.
About the what? Sorry.
The department you went into that you were so vexed that you're not going back to renew your ID card.
Oh yes, I saw it. Yes, you did send it. Yes.
Right. So apparently they heard you. But who I want to ball on this morning is Wassa and to the real Prime Minister who declared war on Wassa. Please, Wassa workers, I have to say, what is going on with the water? What is going on in the water in parts of Arima from midday to 6 o'clock and every day, and that started since in May. Soon as that UNC government came in, that water schedule has changed. So all you know better. So Wassa back up. Thank you.
I have a partner who living up on St. James DB told me yesterday they haven't had water there for 8 days. DB in Long Circular side. He said they have not.
Nothing aggravates me more, Wendell, than turbidity. Nothing.
But there's no reason for turbidity these days.
I don't know. No, but I don't get that excuse that you cannot get past turbidity. So I'm like, when other countries have heavy rain, they have no water. You've ever been in a country with heavy rain, Wendell, a heavy rainfall, and there was no water in the tap the next day?
Right there in Miami, it gets heavy rain Sunday. After the other day.
And then they will tell you, well, it have turbidity in the area where the water coming from. So I'm like, so there's no problem solved for turbidity?
Not in Trinidad.
It aggravates me. And I'm like, I don't know, have some storage tanks to take you through your turbidity days. I don't know. Have some solution.
Yes.
But anyway,
nothing in sight where that is concerned, no solutions, other places have all kinds of storage tanks on the ground and what kind of thing they have created in some places, and we just can't work out that problem at all.
Yeah, but in reference to what, just before we go to 8 o'clock news, in reference to what Zena was talking about, let me just pull it up because it is kind of public information that people should know. It's with regard to registration premium support services. This is from the EBC, one of my favorite institutions. For persons residing in the registration areas of Piarco and Arima, the Trinity Community Center, which is at the corner of Trinity Boulevard and Montague Avenue in Trinity, You can do ID card renewals, ID card replacements, and service referrals. And they are doing it in September on the 5th, 6th, and 12th, and 13th. So that will be today. The 5th and 6th, and the 12th and 13th of September. There are also October dates, 3, 4, 10th, and 11th, 3rd, 4th, 10th, and 11th, November 8th and 15th, and December 6th, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. One proof of address required. Everything is proof of address these days. Required for all processes. And you can visit ebctt.com for further information. But it's a way to try and get some of those renewals done. You know, I have not renewed my ID card in years because I said no.
I don't know what ID card look like again.
Not until you make that process more customer friendly. I'm not interested. So I don't know if it'll be more customer friendly. People who have done it in Trinity can let us know. Well,
I've been voting for the last how much ever elections, and even for myself, doing an affirmation. I ain't taking that stress. I'm sorry. I don't need it. I don't want it.
Well, it's today and tomorrow. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And what is proof of address? What? Your driver's permit? Is that proof of address?
Electricity bill, and if you're renting, you have to get a letter from the landlord.
I know, but isn't your driver's permit a proof of address? Because you need proof of address for your driver's permit too.
True.
You know, so too much. Anyway, so that's it. We can go to the 8 o'clock news at this point on the Breakfast Show, and we'll be back after 8 a.m.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. Central Bank Governor Larry Hawaii says steps are being explored to ease Trinidad and Tobago's foreign exchange shortages. Speaking at a media briefing this week, Hawaii said the bank is considering measures to influence Forex consumption along with possible legislative changes, but gave no timeline as discussions are still underway. He stressed the situation is not a crisis, adding that the country is better off than many others facing Forex pressures. Hawaii also revealed plans to expand the use of digital payment apps like Zelle, Cash App, and Apple Pay. He said this remains a priority, but will require updated laws to protect against fraud. Caribbean Airlines has announced the temporary suspension of all flights between Trinidad and Caracas, Venezuela, for the month of September. The affected services include flights BW300 and BW301 on September 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. Passengers impacted by the suspension may rebook without change fees or request refunds through Caribbean Airlines call centers, ticket offices, or travel agents. The airline said all updates will be provided via its website and social media platforms. The decision comes against the backdrop of heightened tensions between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela following a U.S. military strike on September 1st in the southern Caribbean. The strike destroyed a vessel en route from Sucre State to Trinidad, reportedly killing 11 people. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has publicly supported the action, which was described as part of ongoing regional anti-narcotics operations. The 11 men killed in this week's U.S. military strike on an alleged Venezuelan drug vessel have now been identified as residents of San Juan de Unare, a small fishing town in Sucre State, just 65 miles from Trinidad's northern coast. The White House confirmed the strike on Tuesday, ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump, which left the vessel engulfed in flames. Washington later identified the dead as members of the Tren de Aragua gang, a group it has designated a terrorist organization. Families in San Juan de Unare are grieving, with social media flooded by tributes, while Venezuelan outlet El Pitazo reported most of the men were local fishermen. Relatives deny claims that footage of the attack was AI-generated. Meanwhile, fisherfolk in Trinidad and Tobago say they remain on edge. Some fear being mistaken for traffickers in the tense waters. While civil society groups have condemned Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar's support for the strike, after she said traffickers should be killed violently. The U.S. strike comes amid a military buildup in the Caribbean, with at least 8 warships and a submarine now deployed. Trump says the action was necessary to send a clear message to drug cartels. The Port of Spain prison will be decommissioned, with inmates transferred to the maximum security prison in Aruca. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander made the announcement following Thursday's post-cabinet briefing. Built in 1757, the facility has been condemned by the courts as unfit for housing inmates, costing the state millions in damages for breaches of prisoners' constitutional rights. Alexander described it as both an eyesore and a national embarrassment. He said government will instead invest in a modern, state-of-the-art prison focused on rehabilitation. The phased relocation to the MSP will eliminate the need to pay prisoners for being held in substandard conditions. The minister noted the move has the support of the Port of Spain business community, calling it long overdue. In regional news, Jamaica Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his Jamaica Labour Party have secured an historic third straight term in office. In Thursday's general election, the JLP won 34 seats, while the opposition People's National Party and its leader Mark Golding claimed 29. Holness, who easily retained his St. Andrew West Central seat, called the result a win for Jamaica, pledging to cut income tax, double the minimum wage, and continue reducing violent crime. He also praised the largely peaceful vote, saying it showed the maturity of Jamaica's democracy. Golding conceded defeat, congratulating the JLP while urging Jamaicans to cherish democracy, even in disappointment. Voter turnout was just under 39%, slightly higher than the record low in 2020. Finally, in international news, Portuguese officials are investigating the deadly derailment of Lisbon's famous Elevador de Gloria streetcar, which killed 16 people and injured 21, 5 seriously. The funicular, popular with tourists, came off the rails during Wednesday's evening rush hour and slammed into a building on one of the capital's steep hills. Emergency crews pulled victims from the wreckage in just over 2 hours. Among the injured are nationals from Germany, Spain, France, Italy, Switzerland, Canada, Morocco, South Korea, and Cape Verde, along with several Portuguese. The brakeman, André Marques, was confirmed dead. Authorities have launched multiple investigations, while Lisbon's mayor is also requesting an independent review. Operations of other funiculars have been suspended for inspections. Portugal observed a national day of mourning Thursday, with flags at half-staff across Europe. Prime Minister Luis Montenegro called it one of the country's worst tragedies in recent history. And that's news at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Chamflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Chamflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Chamflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Chamflair. We do it all.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Experiencing stomach pain, nausea, heartburn, bloating, or loss of appetite. These could be signs of a stomach ulcer, which can lead to cancer if untreated. Your health isn't an expense, it's an investment. Don't wait. Get a safe, non-invasive stomach skin plus blood test for only $500 at the Institute of Health and Fitness. Located at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tanapune and Marabella. Contact us at 336-4935.
Your don't leave foul to watch God is in San Fernando. Queen's Hall was on fire. Now we head to San Fernando at Naparima Bowl. 2 nights only. Saturday the 6th of September at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 7th at 6:30 p.m.
I am still laughing about the show at Queen's Hall. If there's a repeat, I will be there.
Tickets available at the Naparima Bowl box office from Tuesday, September 2nd, and now at usual outlets.
I rated 10 out of 10. I laughed for the entire show.
That was a fantastic production, man.
You don't leave foul to watch God. San Fernando, don't miss it.
I got this information, guys, from Captain Ron to answer your question earlier on, Richard. He said Venezuela has a compulsory conscription system requiring male citizens to register for military service between the ages 18 and 50, though only a fraction are actually recruited. The system includes the professional military, a growing national militia with civilian enlistment, and reserves. Service may be postponed or exemptions granted for reasons like being the sole family breadwinner, medical unfitness, or specific religious or educational rules. So yes, you must register. I think also Captain Ron says Israel has it also too.
Israel, South Korea.
Yes.
I think South Korea also has it.
Yes,
all right, so we're coming to the end of the show. Of course, the weekend has begun, people. And what a weekend it's going to be in San Fernando at Naparima Bowl. You don't leave foul to watch. Corn is on. It's on at Naparima Bowl tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available at the Naparima Bowl box office, 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. And tickets have been selling rapidly at Naparima Bowl. And I know we open on Wednesday and Thursday, and of course we open today 12 noon to 6 p.m. So get your tickets early. Tickets also available at C3 Center and at K Squared Fashions in C3 Center and K Squared Fashions in Brentwood Mall, Chagonas, and of course at Friends of Marabella by the Roundabout. You can also purchase tickets online. Check RSRR Productions Theater. You must put the theater after it, and you could check that social media handle on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and you could get the information of how to purchase tickets online. We're so looking forward to this weekend in San Fernando. We love being in San Fernando, and we love going to the bowl, and we have not been to Naparima Bowl since last year in 2024. We have not been there for the entire year. So we are very much looking forward to being in the bowl. So looking forward to San Fernando this weekend. Have a fantastic weekend, whatever you do, and remember to smile and laugh, and you will be laughing at Naparima Bowl. It is great for your health. Your doctor will thank you after you come to the show on Saturday and Sunday.
Well, let's hope my doctor thanks me today. Folks, have an absolutely wonderful weekend. Be careful on the nation's roads. Look out for the young ones. And remember to let go and let God. You've only got one life, so live it.
All right, and this has been the Breakfast Show. Speak to you on Monday.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned up.